Welcome to Let's Play The Dream Theory, Part 2. So, technically, welcome back to Let's Play Dream Theory. Oh good, this time it brought up a, Okay, the first time I opened it, and things went a little weird with the recording software, it started to play a cutscene about, what have you done with my brother, and whoa, I just noticed you in the background there, hello. Well, that's a thing. Anyway, this is the second half of the Dream Theory, or part 2. I mean, I assume it's the second half, and it does appear to be a little bit loud. Let's see if I can... Okay, changing the volume on my headset does not affect the recording. That's good to know. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and start. Because like the other game, it doesn't have any options and just sort of exists.
Daniel, I don't know if you have heard it yet. She took him. I mean, listen. Well, my son didn't come home, and the police don't know where he could be. And they are heading towards the forest and then into the school. I can't bear this. Listen, if he's dead, I don't know what I will do. That other kid, what was his name? Yeah, Peter Anderson. You know, who went missing a month ago. He was found, and this is my only hope that the same thing will happen with my son. What if he won't be found, like that Anderson kid was? I'm scared, Daniel. I'm scared as hell.
Well, so far, this one certainly has a more immersive opening. Awaken Part 1. Use the mouse to look around. When you see someone, press space to equip your camera. When the camera is up, the monster becomes invisible. Wait a few seconds to convince yourself that he's not real, and then press space to put your camera down. If you put the camera down too fast, you might get jump scared. Might lose, might get caught, might get killed. Any other word, but jump scare just kind of broke the immersion there. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and press enter and pray that this is not a Five Nights clone. The first half wasn't, so I'm... Face for camera, okay. This is not... I'm not happy. I am not happy. I mean, not upset either, just more kind of anxious and freaked. A little more freaked out than I ought to be. Why don't I just keep the camera up? That's my question. You're not there.
I will not murder you. You will murder yourself.
What kind of stupid is that? The reason I'm not going to just keep the camera up is, well, A, the game will probably do something to stop that, and B, it would be boring to watch if it worked. Oh! Go away. Okay.
You aren't afraid of death, are you?
I'm not in a hurry to get there, thank you. Two glistening points right there, I thought. I mean, whether or not somebody's afraid to die, the point is that we shouldn't be in a hurry to reach it. I know where I'm going. I ain't exactly scared, but I ain't jumping off a cliff to get there any quicker.
There is no need to be afraid. You will only die.
Holy! Okay, I didn't think it would instantaneously happen. I thought I could... Ugh. That electrical jolt that runs down your whole body. I didn't quite get a good look at what it looked like, so I thought I'll just drop the camera for a second and then put it back up before anything happens. Also, hitting the enter key doesn't continue. There's either that or there's a time delay on it. Doing that is not helping anyone. Well, it's helping the monster, but... We really need to give that thing a name.
I will not murder you. yourself.
I'm assuming that the audio cue is telling me I can put the camera down. I'm very tempted to call him Slappy Bob. I think that's going to be your name, sir. You are Slappy Bob.
You aren't afraid of death, are you?
We've already been through this part. Why don't I just keep my head stuffed in the camera? Wouldn't that keep me safe? I guess I wouldn't know exactly where I need to look, though. Top right corner has a count up clock with a record. I like the pixelated, like...
There is no need to be afraid.
The look of the
You'll only
writing.
die.
Yeah, that's where he was when I brought the camera back down. And got myself eaten by Slappy Bob. I assume he wants to eat me. Everyone wants to eat me. No. Did you just come through the wall? I mean, how did you even fit there?
You will only suffer the same way as my brother did.
Your brother? Your brother? What does that remind me of? Brother. I know there was a game somewhere, or a TV show maybe, where somebody said brother. Oh, now that's gonna drive me nuts until I remember. Or until I die. Okay, sometimes there's no...
I need you to show them I don't forget.
Well, good! I can't show them because you don't show up on film! And I'd rather not show them with my decapitated head being sent in the mail, which I guess I don't know what exactly you're wanting to do here. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. 1 second. I win! I won an arm! Okay. So apparently we're at the school in real life, and this is the dream part. If you've played the first part, this should be familiar to you. If you haven't, shame on you. I like the humor. Use the arrow keys to move. If you see someone in front of you, stop, don't move. Wait a few seconds, it'll go away. If you move, bad things will happen. We have read that before. Now there's 4 things to collect. Oh joy. It feels so weird using the arrow keys instead of the WASD keys. You get so used to it. I heard breathing, and it wasn't mine. That should not scare me. I mean, startle me, I guess would be a better word than scare. Okay, where am I? Why is the map in the top left this time? I mean, I guess one innate problem is the fact that the only thing you have to do is stop moving, so as jarring as it is, you just release whatever arrow key you happen to be pushing, so there's not a lot of interaction there with the player. It's just more of a momentary jump. Yes, jump. Momentary jump or startling effect. If it required you to actually do something, like take into account its position and move yourself in a different direction accordingly, or something, it would be a little bit more immersive, as opposed to it just being a release the button. And see, that makes it less... it doesn't have that interactive quality with the player. So aside from the sudden loud noise, the silent appearances you see don't tend to jar me as much. Why are you... Okay, that one intrigues me more than anything. Ah. See, I knew he was going to be there, so it lost its impact. But just from a design stance, you would want the player to feel a little more connected. Like there's something that I've got to do aside from just, you know... The basic reflex of jumping would draw your hand away from the button, so in that, it's a if you're paying attention you can't die sort of scenario. Oh, do I have to... So I have to go to a different building this time. Okay, that is not how you get... Shoot. Go away. I'm busy right now. Now, didn't I just tell you to shoo? Go on. Now, how many times we gonna be over this, Slappy Bob? Now you're just trying to play games. Trying to double take me there. If you notice I get quiet as I'm approaching the building, I'm expecting one of these days him to appear right at the building as a sort of unexpected jump. Don't know. This time it's press E to examine collected objects instead of click the table. I'm intrigued. Oh yes. Let's see. Suicide in school. Today at 7:05 a.m. a boy was found locked inside a room of St. Alliston School. He was found hung by a rope. It is highly suspected that the student had committed suicide. Local police and other emergency services are investigating the school. The school was commanded to be closed for 5 straight days, so that Freddy's could invade for those 5 days and 5 nights. Coming soon. Nope. Rev, Fall, Imp, that, Rella. I like that they put the stuff on the edge so it has a feel of a real newspaper that's been folded. It makes me curious what that would have said, though. And also you can see faded text kind of in the background that would be, I guess, writing on the other side of the page. 2002, November 14th. 2003, November 12th. Another suicide. Another suicide attempt has happened at St. Alliston School. Today at 6:55, another student was found dead. He committed suicide the exact same way as the other student. Minor critique. These newspapers are a year apart. You're gonna have to be more specific on your wording. Now what happened here is because the player will see them side by side, you know what they're referring to. In reality, with them being a year apart from one another, it would be a bit weird for them to not be more specific on the details. They would have given a refresher article about the previous instance and not just assumed. Local police are investigating again. They said it is highly possible the school has to close after this. There is currently a negotiation in process between the police and the headmaster. Weird blank space. Dallas Grimshaw. Rim, follow, imp, that. Relay the bub. Now for the tapes.
Mr. Hallsberg, I called you because I want to talk to you about the suicides that have occurred in my school. Yes, suicides. Another one did it, in the same way. I am now 100% convinced it's just not some usual let's kill ourselves scenario. It's definitely not suicide. That's what I believe. Just think about it. It cannot just be a simple coincidence. This is murder. And whoever did it, well, I think he or she has a reason for it. And I have a theory, but it needs more proof to become a fact. And now that a female figure was recorded by the cameras 2 times, I am convinced. But how will I convince the police? Listen. Well, okay. I think I can trust you, so I'll tell you. Remember the boy who was bullied and committed suicide all those years ago? Jonathan Collins was his name, as I remember. He had a sister who always protected him. She is no longer our student anymore. But before she left, she told me in private, "Don't worry, I will come back, Mr. Grimshaw. More than once. Do you think the same as me?
Okay, first I've got to say, I like the slight echoey audio effect they've got going there. It really drives the cassette tape vibe home, especially a home recording. A lot of offices would have a little desk recorder. You put a cassette in it, hit record, general buttons. There are so many things I could question there. I have the microphone muted during the recordings because, well, in the last game, the recordings were so quiet, I didn't want to accidentally talk over them. It seems like they got the volume right. They got the volume increased this time, so that's not an issue. We have yet to see a female figure. I mean, unless whatever species that is, that's the female figure. If Slappy Bob is really a Slappy Sue, then whoops. But secondly, he didn't show up on camera. So, how did you get this image on camera, mind you? Now, those instances are in the waking world, so we should assume some level of consistency there, but these tapes are in the dream, so perhaps we shouldn't assume that the tapes are going to be exactly consistent. Because, it says part of this is in the dream and part of it's in the waking world. Assuming the two pieces of the game are in opposite planes on that point, then yeah. But anyway, second tape.
This message shall be transported to all teachers of St. Alliston School. Tonight a negotiation took place in the school between us and the police. It was made clear to us there is no way now. Our school has to be closed. There's no other choice. We thank you for your work and determination along the way. We shall say goodbye to you now. We will close our doors for the final time, and forever. Tomorrow will be the last day of school. We wish you all a happy day, and a happy life. All teachers will be paid at the end of the month. This is Grimshaw. Out.
It seemed like some of the vocal bits slammed into each other there. Also, transported to all teachers? You apparently in a more futuristic plane than I thought you were. Transmitted, passed out, given out. Oh, hello there. See? Not on camera. Go away, Slappy Bob. We've had enough of your shenanigans for one day. Holy!
I won't kill you. You will only suffer.
When am I The cues on when to put it down and take it up are slightly irregular. I just know when the thump happens that he's changed locations. So I guess that's the cue. So you leave the camera up except when he's changed spots. Because if you're not looking at him, you'll die, I assume.
Don't be afraid.
I'm more confused than anything. You're just dancing around the gym at this point. And now you didn't even move. Lazy. Lazy Slappy Bob. Now you're getting close. Little too close for comfort, bucko. Back it up.
Are you afraid?
Back it up. Back it up. Back it up, mister. Now you're not even moving anymore. Hey. There we go. Now you stay over there. Or back into the corner if you want. Just
I
keep...
won't hurt you. I will just make sure you will never forget this night.
Yeah, I'm sure you won't hurt me. I put the camera down and I die. Oh, no you don't. Tried to move while I was talking and didn't hear your cue. Just dancing around, doing a line dance in here. Okay, let's not do that. You're a lot too...
Don't ever worry. No harm will be seen this night.
You're way too close for comfort. Go do the electric slide over there at the other end of the gym. Oh, there you go, thank you. You just stay there for another 20 seconds. Oh, now 20 seconds. 19, 18, blah, blah, blah. No, you're fine over there, too. Just stay there. Hey! What did I just say? I said stay over there! Shoot! Go on! Random on. Henry, please don't do this. Please let me out of here. Who is me? Who is Henry? Shut up, Jonathan. You'll stay here, you hear me? Who's Jonathan? I mean, I guess Jonathan is... Nobody likes you, Jonathan. Just keep... Why? That's kind of like what... when I said I first opened the game and something happened, that's kind of reminiscent of what it was, but it had different wording. In any case, at this point, I'm going to go ahead and pause here, and I will see you next time. Collect one object. That's ominous. But it doesn't say final, so we know there's more to come. Anyway, see you next time.